All right, today we're going to check out Fluent Power Trip. I've been using it for a little while. I think it's pretty awesome. When it comes to hard modeling, this is just so much more intuitive than anything I've tried else out there, and it's pretty powerful, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. You've got the regular $20 Fluent, and you've got the $29 Fluent Power Trip. That's the one I got, and today we're going to talk about pipes. And pipes come with the $29 version Power Trip. If you haven't got Fluent already, there's links below. It doesn't cost you any extra to buy through those links, and the developer buys me a cup of coffee. So if you would, I'd appreciate if you use those links. And now let's get into pipes on Fluent. So as you can see, um, got the screencast working. Alright, so we're going to grab this default cube, move it on the y-axis, and Shift D, Y. We're going to make a couple here so we can do some pipe stuff. Okay, go into edit mode, scale Z, because we're talking about pipes here. We need a little space to work. Alright, so the basics of Fluent Pipe is if you want to put a pipe, there's going to be basically two ways. You can, two basic ways, and then they branch off from there. One is a straight pipe, and then another one is it will pick a path between the 2 points that you set. So to do a pipe, you don't need to have anything selected. So we have nothing selected. We're going to hit F to bring up the Fluent menu. And down here is what you get for the extra $9. And cloth is pretty cool too. Grid. I like all this stuff, but today we're just going to talk about pipes. So make a pipe. Click on it. And over here on the left, you see place the first point with the left click. Snap to center of face. Hold control. So let's hold control, and we're going to make it in the center of this one. And I'm going to click way up here just to see if it does go to the center, and it does. And we're going to go over here and click there, and now we've got a pipe. We've got a basic pipe going from one point to another. And over here you can see to use the fly menu, hold the left click. If you want to see wireframe, you would type W if you want to look at the wireframe. I don't usually use that. So now to make adjustments to this pipe that you've just created, you left click, and then if you want to change the path, while left clicking, you come up here to path and then unclick. And now as you move your mouse left to right, it'll change, and it may give you 3 or 4 different paths. This one is giving me 2, and we're going to choose this one and then click. And another adjustment you can make is the radius of the pipe. You can make it a fat pipe, make it a skinny pipe, and then left click when you're satisfied with that. Left click again, and then root length is going to be the length of the roots, which is like a tree growing out of a substrate. This is the same thing. It's the length of the pipe as it comes out of whatever you're connecting it to. Choose your length, and then left click to set it, and left click again, and we can talk about bevel width. And as you move the cursor to the right or to the left, you can get sharp or more rounded bevels. And then click when you're happy. And now bevel segments will be the number of segments that the bevel takes to get beveled. If you want only one bevel, it's all the way to the left, and then as you move to the right, you increase the number of bevels, just like you do when you make a bevel on a hard surface. And then over at the left, you see it says bevel segment adjustment. It tells you how many segments you've got. And I think that's good right there at 10. Let's go a little more, 12. And again, you can do control to move fast. So we're going to hold control and it moves between those segments fast. Or if you want to do it slowly, you can hold shift and it takes more of a movement with your mouse to make any change. And let's go back up here to 12 and left click. And that sets the bevel segments. Left click again, and we'll talk about reuse later. If you want to reset all those parameters, you click reset and it goes back to what it was. So let's change the root length again and the bevel width and the radius. And if you want to have a multi-pipe circular, you would click this, and then if you left click, it'll give you different options. Do you want the bevel width changed, segments just like before, the root length before, the path like before, pipe radius like before, the array radius, let's do that. It spaces the radius of the pipes out if you want that. If you want the number of pipe to increase, you would slide your mouse to the right to get more pipes. And let's pipe radius, change this to radius of the pipe. And radial resolution, linear resolution, let's do radial resolution. And that's the resolution of the pipes itself. The more you move your mouse to the right, the more smoother it's going to be, the more rounder it's going to be. And linear resolution is kind of like bevel segments. And then left click to finish that. And to finish the pipes, you right click. And there you go. You've got your basic pipes. Now, should you want an array of this, you would have to convert this to a mesh, and then you would apply an array modifier. Alright, let's just do one more basic pipe. Hit F. Pipe. We're going to click here to start. We're going to click here to finish. And we're going to change the root length again also. Let's change the bevel width. Make it a little rounder. And let's go to multi-pipe flat. And what this does is it gives you pipes, but in a flat arrangement as opposed to a circular one. And then you can change the same type things as you could before. Count offset, if you click that, you look over on the left and you have count is in blue as S. So now if you move your mouse to the right, you will increase the count or decrease the count. And then click when you are satisfied. If you click it again and you want to offset those pipes, you would hit S, and and that would offset those pipes a little bit, as much as you want. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the basic pipes. There is one other thing you have to be aware of. So when you do the pipes, okay, let me right click to finish that. When you do the pipes, if you want a straight pipe, you would click your first spot and then you would hold Shift to come down, and that will give you a straight pipe. Root length, I'm going to change that a little bit. And that would give you a straight pipe from one point to the other. And that works only if you're working on a plane that is in the XY or the XZ or the YZ plane. For example, if we, let's right click to finish that up. If we go over here and we go to tab and we rotate on the Z 1 degree and then tab back out to object mode, what you will see is that if you try to do a straight pipe, we'll do pipe, hold there, hold Shift to come down. Okay, you can see there's a little bit of wonkiness here. And if you tab in edit mode, you can see that it's not lining up. And that's because you can't do, that's a limitation, you can't do a straight pipe if you're off of any of those straight plane settings that I mentioned, X, Y, Y, Z, ZX. And that's because it's mostly made for going from one point to another. Now, if you need a straight pipe on a surface that is not on one of the 3 planes, let's get rid of this. Let's right click to finish first. Let's exit to delete it. What you would need to do is you would need to add something that's on that plane, make it there, and then move it. So we're going to grab the Y. We're going to rotate on the Y 90 degrees. We're going to scale in the Z direction. And now we're going to put our straight pipe on here and use it somewhere else. F for Fluent, add the pipe. Click the first location, hold Shift, add the second location, and you can see it made a liar out of me. Alright, sometimes it does that. Let's try something. Let's Control A, apply all transformations to this plane, and let's try it again. F, pipe, click, Shift click. Okay, and that time it worked. There's no wonkiness. So let's change the radius. Let's change the root length. Let's change the bevel width. Alright, so that's a grab bar for a bathroom, let's say. Or it's a grab bar out on a spaceship out in outer space. Alright, so right click to finish that. Now the best thing to do is, if you think it's finished for what you want, well, I'll just show you. Okay, so let's not convert it to a mesh like I was going to say. We're going to grab it on the Y, and we're going to put it on this box. Grab it on the X. Okay, now we've got a straight pipe on this slightly rotated box. But if you type F and you want to edit that pipe, and could say, all right, let's change the radius just a little bit. Okay. Now let's change root length. It jumps back to where you originally set it up. So if you got it the way you want it, what you need to do to keep it from jumping back, but when you're you need to convert it to mesh, but when you convert it to mesh, you're not going to be able to edit with the Fluent menu anymore after that, but you will be able to do other things with it. So let's right click to finish it. Let's go to Object, Convert to Mesh. Okay. Now you can't edit this anymore. It will not let you edit. It says, okay, you go in edit mode, and then let's change root length. Let's see what it does. I didn't do this before. Okay, even though it's a mesh, you still can edit it. All right, good deal. So right click to finish that. Grab Y. We're going to bring it over here. Grab X to bring it out a little bit. And so I guess you can still edit it, but what you can't do is apply an array. You have to convert it to a mesh before you can apply an array. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to add array. And we're going to go on the Y. Okay. So let's see what happens if I try to edit this. Edit root length. Yeah, it still jumps back, and it got rid of my array. Right click to finish. Grab Y. Grab X. And what happened to my array? Okay, totally got rid of it. Okay. So you can't edit it after you do an array. Okay, now we applied it. Let's see what happens if we try to edit it now. I bet it's not going to let me. Edit. Radius. Okay, it's doing something. Root length, and it jumps back, and totally got rid of my array. Okay, so that's the limitation of the straight pipe. You can't put it on an object that's not on one of the three main planes. And if you edit it after putting an array, it's going to jump back to where it was originally created and get rid of any modifiers. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is right click to finish that. F, add a pipe. We're going to put a pipe here. We're going to put a pipe here. And I'm going to change root length a little bit. We're going to change the bevel width a little bit. Okay, what's going on here? It's a little wonky. I think that needs a little bit of more work. Let's right click to finish it. Let's exit. Let's try that again. F, pipe. I want to go from here over to here. It's got a little bit of wonkiness in it. All right. Right click to finish it. X, delete. All right, let's do this. Pipe, pipe, click. No wonkiness. Right click to finish it. Let's try something else. Let's start on the one that's not a flat plane or not a major plane. And let's go over here, see what it does. And it looks like if it starts off of a wonky plane, it gets a little wonky. Okay. So I guess that's another limitation. Rudy might fix that because that's a little bit of a bug. Let's start off with this face. And let's go to this place, this face. It's on the main plane, on one of the three main plane axes. Alright. Pipe, pipe, pipe. Alright, so it works on that situation. Now, next thing we're going to learn is in the menu, you can add a ring, and this is your ring here. And if you look over on the left, it says select the ring. I don't think I've used that before. Let's see what that does. Length. Let's change the length of this ring. Let's change it just a small ring. And the position of the ring. I'm going to hold control so we can move faster along the pipe. Okay, so there's a ring. Let's change the thickness of it. Alright, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty real. What else can we change on it? Resolution C. Haven't used this before. Bevel. Let's change the thickness a little bit. R. Select the ring. Okay, that's what the R is for. If you're on the pipe curve and you want to go back to the ring, you can select that. Thickness. Let's make this a little thick. And let's change the bevel on it. Okay, you can't do much of a bevel. That's fine. Resolution C. Okay, that's the circular resolution looks like. And what is resolution L? Resolution L. Okay. Kind of gives you a bevel. And now we're out. Okay, and that's how you do a ring. Now let's say you want to add your own ring. We're out of creating that pipe, but we can go back in and edit it and add our own ring. So we're going to Shift A. Let's add a torus. Let's scale it down. Option Z and Option A. going to select the inner vertices. Let's do this a different way. Let's select the middle one, and then Command plus, and let's X those vertices. We're gonna select these two diameters. We're gonna extrude, return, and scale. Scale Z. Option Z to get back full shading mode, right click shade smooth. And I've put in my quick menu this auto smooth so I don't have to go over here all the time to normals and click that. It's just quicker to put it in the quick favorites and click your auto smooth. And I think that looks a little better. Okay, so this is ring. Let's name it ring. It's torus right now. Double click, ring. Alright, so let's go over this pipe. We want to add our ring. Hit the F menu after selecting the pipe and click edit. And now click left and the fly menu comes up and you can add a ring, which is what we did before. You don't have to have an object to add. It created one basic for you. You can add your ring, and this is what we're going to do. And then you have to click on your ring, and there it is. And now we can change the position. We're going to change it to right there. We're going to change the size. Okay, what's going on here? Position, size, let's X that. I think what I need to do first, I need to Control A, apply all transformations. Go back to the pipe, hit F, edit, fly menu, add your ring, select that, there it is, and position, looks good, size, alright, so anyway, we're going to get the size right there, and then we're going to change the position now that the size is right. And there we go. And now back to curve. If we want to edit that some more, like maybe we want to change the bevel width. Or the bevel segments. Okay, so let me make a radical change to the bevel width. And right click to get out of it. Control A, Option A, and there's your ring. So if you wanted these up and down your pipe, you can do that. That's how you add your ring. Now, here comes a pretty interesting thing. We're going to do another pipe. We're going to do a pipe here. We're going to click here. We're going to click here. Now we got a basic pipe. Let's increase the root length. Bring it out. Let's increase the bevel. Let's increase the radius. All right, just a regular pipe. Now, let's create our own version of a pipe. Now that we got the basic pipe there, right click to finish that pipe. Move this out of the way. Oh, look at that. Why did it do that? Oh, because it's already selected. Command A. I just want that. Grab Y. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, I'm sure there's a logical reason. Shift A. We're going to add a circle. We're going to make this not a very high resolution circle. We're going to make it 16. Okay. We're going to go into edit mode. Tab in edit mode. Scale it down. We're going to extrude, hit return, and then scale to give us a flat space. We're going to Command I right now because I want the other ring selected, and we're going to extrude in a Z direction. And we're going to go 0.05. We're going to extrude, turn, scale, bring it in a little, and we're going to extrude Z direction just a little bit, and then extrude right click and then scale, and we're going to scale out. Tell you what, before we scale out, let's turn on snapping, and we're going to snap to the face, and we're going to use it for scale. Okay, go away. Now scale to this face and turn it back off. Extrude Z 0.05. Extrude, return, scale to come in. And that's good enough. And we're going to extrude in the Z direction. And we've got this unit now. And that's good enough. Alright, let's shade it smooth. Q, auto smooth. And there we've got a pipe joint. And now we're going to add some nuts around here, some bolts. So Shift S, cursor to selected. It's already there, I know. And that's important because we want to have the creation of our nut in the center of this joint. Shift A. UV sphere. Command Z. Tab in edit mode. Command A or Control A. And let's box all these because we don't need them. Oops. Box select all these vertexes or vertices. X to delete vertices. And now hit number 2 to go into edge mode. Right click select. Alt left click, select that. Extrude Z just a little bit. Extrude Z just a little bit. Scale. Option Z, get back in regular shading mode. Tab, smooth, and tab, all. scale it down. Scale it, scale it, scale it, scale it, scale it. That looks good. Grab Y. Bring it over here in a Y. Grab Z. Grab Z. And that looks pretty well grounded. And tab. Let's put a material on it right now. Let's make it just slightly blue. Bring the roughness down. Slide the metallic over. So we got kind of this ball bearing type finish. And we'll call that chrome. Why not? Now, I like to use, instead of the array modifier that comes with Blender, I like to use Array Tools. It has a lot more flexibility. You can do more with it. Start array. You can see it's way out there. Okay, change this to 0. And rotation, offset, Z. We're gonna, that looks good. 35 degrees. Let's make it 36. That way it's an even number in the 360 degree rotation. And then change the count. Boom, 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 boom. And there you go. Done. Click done. And you've got your bolts. Let's click this. And we'll make that a metal. And we'll start with chrome. We'll make it a single user. We'll make it a little rougher. Okay. And there's your segment. And what are we going to do with that, you say? Well, I'm glad you asked. First thing we're going to do is we are going to select all of this. Okay, they're all selected. And we're going to do Control J. It's going to join them. And now you've got Chrome and Chroma 1 materials. You may have to. Okay, these are selected, so we're going to choose Chrome, and we're going to assign that to those. And then we're going to go do Command I to invert the selection. Go up here to Chroma 1 and assign that to that. So you've got two chromes on one segment. And that's still a little shiny. Let's make it a little rougher. There we go. Okay. So this, we are going to name, instead of circle, we're going to name it pipe joint. And now, we're going over here to this bland old pipe that we created. And we are going to hit F. We're going to edit it. And we're going to hit left click. And we're going to add your design. And then you click on your design. And boom. There you go. Now you can adjust your design by clicking on it. And over on the left, you see gap adjustment, or you see size. Let's change the size a little bit. So I hit C, and we're going to make it a little bit smaller. And then it looks like it's not keeping up. But when you hit left click, it fills it out with your along the entire length. And let's do one more thing. Adjust your design, and we're gonna what are we gonna do? Nothing. Yeah. If you go over here and you try to adjust these, it will bring back the old pipe, and if, for example, you change the radius, the old pipe will come back, and then if you keep going with the radius, it'll expand past this pipe. So don't use these. Let's try bevel width. And yeah, see, it changes the bevel width, but totally lost your design. So you have to go back and add your design again for it to come back. All right, and right click, and there's your pipe, and it looks pretty sharp when it's being rendered. I got my son on the opposite side. Let's select everything, and RZ. Let's swing everything around here into the sun. And there you go. There's your pipe. Pretty cool, huh? So you can do all kinds of things. Let's do one more thing, and then we'll call it quits. We'll do Fluent Edge Pipe. Boom, boom, and that path is a little crazy, so let's change the path, see if we get something better. All right, I guess we got to go with that. All right, we're going to add a different design. All right. Let's right click, finish that up. Let's move all this. Grab Y. Let's move you out of the way there, all you guys. All right. Option A, undo all the selection. We're going to do Shift A. We're going to add a UV sphere. We don't want it to be high poly, so we'll change this section to 16. And go into edit mode, scale. And then grab it on the Y. And we're going to do two different materials on this. So let's do Alt Z so we can see through it. Alt A or Option A. And we're going to box select this half. That's good enough. We're going to come over here to material. We're going to click new, and we're going to create a new material. We're going to get rid of this. Okay. Let's change the name on that. Light or LED. Okay, LEDs. We're going to change down here emission. We're going to make this an emissive type material. We're going to make it red. Change the roughness. I'm going to make the base color red. I don't think that really matters. Yeah, it does. Okay. Alright, so we got an emissive red applied here, or we got an emissive red material. We need to assign it to those. So assign that. There you go. That's now here. Now, Command I, invert. All the other ones, we're going to add a different material. And this one is going to be just a black plastic, let's say. And I don't like how the color wheel comes up right in front of the preview. Can't see it. And we're going to make this gray. Make it blacker. Black. Okay, we're going to make it kind of shiny by reducing roughness. And we're going to assign it. So now, Option Z, Alt Z, whatever you want to call it. Command A. Tab back in object mode. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, it's half plastic and half LED. That's what I want. Let's go back to my array tools here. We're going to start an array, and we're going to make this 0. We're going to make the rotation, if we want 5, what's 5 into 360? 360 divided by 5, 72 degrees. Go away, calculator. 72 degrees. And that's kind of big. Let's go back in edit mode. Wait a minute. Let's bring the count down to 1 first. Can I do it? No. Alright, I started the array, so let's finish it. Let's go to 5. Click done. Let's scale it down a little bit. And then object mode. This is sphere. Let's change it to spheres. Okay, they're all separate, so we're going to have to join them. Let's see if we can make it closer together first. And we did. Kind of. Okay, we got them all selected. Let's do Control J. Let's join them in one object. And what's the name of that object? Sphere 01. Let's make this spheres 001. Now, let's make them smooth. And go back over to this pipe. F. We can edit it. And we want to add our design. And the design is the spheres. And we want to adjust our design. Make them a little bit spaced out. Okay. And then we want to adjust our design. Size. So change it. Hit C. Scale them down a little bit. And now you've got a pretty funky little light here. Let's right click to finish. And what does that look like in render mode? And what you can do is you can keyframe the light intensity, so you can have this thing like glowing bright and then turning off and on and off, on and off. The options and availability of ways you can do that are immense. Okay, let's see what that looks like. No, I think let's do one other thing before we do a render. Get out of camera view mode. Get back into solid mode. Let's do another pipe. And let's do it from here to here. And let's see if that path can be any better. Okay, that's the best we're going to get. Change the bevel width. Now what you can do, right click to finish that. Move these out of the way. Okay, I think the reason this other pipe is moving is because its origin is right here. We need to go to Object, Set Origin, Origin to Geometry. Now it's over there. Okay. Now, let's do a plane, tab, rotate Y 90, rotate X 45, and I'm going to delete this vertex, and we're going to scale this on the Z-axis, and we're going to grab it on the Y-axis, and we're going to tab. Now we got the origin right here. We got 3 vertices right here. Very simple, right? Let's add a screw modifier. And then let's change the direction or the elevation of it. And the iterations, let's give it a few. Let's shade smooth. Let's turn auto smooth on. So it's almost like a screw thread, right? And you can make all kinds of designs. And I don't know if it's got anything close enough to merge, but we'll merge it. And tab, and apply the modifier. Apply all. That's an add-on too, where it says apply all. And then we're going to scale that down. We'll actually go into edit mode and scale it down. And now this is plane 01. Let's change it to screw thread. And let's use it on this pipe. Click F and edit your pipe. And we're going to left click, adjust your design, or excuse me, add your design. And then we're going to go over here and click on this. And now we want to adjust our design, and let's say no gap, hit V, so we got no gap, and that looks good. Let's click, right click, finish, and now you've got another type of pipe that looks almost like a threaded rod that's been bent. But I mean, you can make all kinds of designs, just like this one here. And let's see what the render looks like. And I may edit this time lapse out, or that is taken to a render, or I may not, because I can just throw it up on YouTube the way it is right now. If I want to take this gap in time out, I would have to go into my editing software, and that'd be an extra 15 minutes. Oh my goodness. I didn't put any material on there. I should have put some material on there. But anyway, so hopefully this gives you an idea of what you can do with pipes in Fluent. That's what you get for the extra $9. One other thing, anyway, you can make pipes all over your spaceship. You can create threaded rods. You can create weird looking pulsing flow pipes. And with this beaded one, it's got the LEDs on the inside. You can change the radius of your pipe. That would bring the other pipe back. And then you would have that pipe inside this. And what you could do is throw a glass material on that, and then have a pretty cool look too. So I think I'm gonna let that metal one, let the pipe joints render out, and then I'm gonna call it a day. But if you have any questions, be glad to answer them down below. If you haven't got Fluid Pro and you want to get it, I will have the links under the description. And like I say, it's an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you any more to use that link. It just, the developer will buy me a cup of coffee. And I would appreciate it because I like coffee. And you get the picture. I think that's enough of the picture to get here. But you can do all kinds of things. You can make this to be like a ceramic material, and then that would be like on a transformer. You know, the ceramic insulators carrying high voltage wires. The pipe down below, you know, looks like a regular fitted pipe. You can space out the joints. You can make the joint longer between the where they seal up the rings. You can make that longer, so you've only got a few of those. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch while this renders out, I will let it render just down this left side, and we'll see it. I did one other pipe that had just like a squeezed circle, just a little bit from the center of geometry, and it looked like a telephone cord. So you can do that too. But I think over on the wire, I think there's that option already, so you don't really have to do that. All right, I think that's good enough. I will catch you later. Happy blending.